Okay, it's good to we're going live, huh? Okay, all right, good. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I'm Chaz Jewett, and you're listening to KIPI Radio. We're actually live on Facebook as well, and we have two guests. I'm gonna let Colette go ahead and introduce yourself, and then Maggie.
Oh, nice. Good to see you, Chaz. Chante Washte Nabe, Jews Abe, Colette Keith, Mie. I even have like a little bit of punka in me.
Okay, all right.
That explains it.
Right
No.
on. Well, thank you so much, you guys, for joining me. This is kind of a last minute kind of thing, like you both said. I've been fasting for almost 30 hours now, and I put out a call on Sunday, and I've talked about it over the air. But on Sunday morning on TikTok somewhere, I saw a TikTok of someone talking about the folks were putting lentils into bottles and throwing them into the ocean to get them to Palestine. And you guys both know I've been a long time, activist on this issue. The Shine River Sioux Tribe put out a press release not a press release, a resolution last spring against what's happening over there right now. And so we've done kind of what we can here at Shine River. But like I was just driven to do something else. Looking at the pictures and all of that stuff, it's just so heartbreaking. And so I sent out an email. I sent it to you guys. You guys jumped in. You both fasted with me. Thank you so much. And I sent out another email this morning to tell people that I'm going to be fasting until we get 100 people. So I'm really going to be asking that, come, another a couple hours. I'm already feeling it this morning. But we as Lakota people, we fast when we Sundance and we fast, other times. So this isn't that hard. And it's not that hard for me when I think about the images of those kids. And so I wanted to throw it to you guys. I know, Maggie, you're a great activist, but Colette, you were just in the Middle East. Will you talk about that a little bit and share your perspective and why you decided to fast as well?
Yeah, thank you, Chaz. I was in the Bahrain 2 summers ago. I was asked by the U.S. State Department to go over and teach quilting to Muslim young women and older Muslim women. And it was really oh wow, an amazing experience. I didn't want to go. And I kind of fought it for a while and kept coming back with excuses why I couldn't go. And they'd come back with a something to encourage me to go, and so I eventually went. And before I went, I am to be such a princess about things. And I'll tell you, when you said fasting for us is easy, it's not for me. But we'll talk about that in a minute. So when I went, I literally cried because I didn't want to leave the country. I'm kind of a homebody. Seemed scary. It's the Middle East and all of that. And I landed in Bahrain at 12:10 after midnight. And when I came down the stairway or the escalator at the airport, there were a bunch of women there dressed in their full burqas, with the black veils and the black dresses. There was a whole ring of them, and I was real tired, and it was 120 degrees. And I'm still scared and, uncomfortable and tired from the plane ride. And I was coming down the escalator, and these 9 Muslim women in all their for full burqas were standing in a circle. And I didn't know what it was, but all of a sudden they started trilling like we do. And I would just speaker outside somewhere in the community, and they have many of them. They're like churches there, so they're all over. You can't miss them. They start singing the songs, their sacred ceremonial song, and what it does is it calls you to prayer. So everything stops. Their shopping centers close down, their businesses stop, everything, and people who are religious and devout will, pray. For us, we just had to stop and wait until the prayers, lasted 10 or 15 minutes. But it was really very sacred. Since that experience, it's kind of reminded me about how much we say, "Let's pray about it," and those kind of things, but how little.
Okay. And thank you so much for sharing, Maggie.
I have to mute because you might hear my stomach growling.
Hey.
So I woke up this morning and I decided that I was going to fast for another day. And mostly in this past almost 2 years now, so October is going to be 2 years, I have many friends in Gaza that are starving. And I talk to them almost every day. And they all put on a pretty good show, but when they turn their cameras on or when they talk through video, you see that they're losing weight. You see that. There's the Palestinian people, their struggle is so horrible, and so I'm all and so I'm always, I don't make a lot of money, but what I do, I try to give to them. And even in my own community. So like in Porcupine, people want to be mad, when I'm asking or trying to talk about Palestine to them, they don't want to hear it. Like we have our own problems here. Like how come you don't give to our community? And I'm just looking at them like thinking, man, we're standing here. I mean, we have options, we have choices. And you guys are putting your own decision making ahead of these starving people, these people that are being terrorized. And so it makes me unpopular because I say that. I even got off Facebook. I got off Facebook because it just made me mad. It made me mad because here we are. Here I am. I'm an advocate for children. I've been my whole life. I'll throw down for children. And I see this happening over there, and I see this happening to women. It was devastating about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. In Gaza, they actually, the military, the IDF, took their military vehicle and ran over a pregnant woman, and then reversed over her, and then ran over her again, and then reversed over her, and then ran over her again until her baby popped out of her.
Oh my God.
And that makes me mad.
Yeah.
That anybody could sit and say that's their problem over there.
Yeah.
Because we suffer on every Indian reservation. We are suffering.
Yeah.
Because the money that should be helping us is going over there to do that.
Yeah.
And we should be mad. And we should be raising voices. I was thinking about putting some pots and pans in my car, and I'm just going to drive around doing that everywhere, just piss people off.
Well, Bassan, one of the Palestinian women, has asked for people to get out with pots and pans, and that's also an option as well. And I've got a press release ready to go. I'm going to list everyone's names, and I've shared it already with you guys online. But the point of it is that us as citizens, just ourselves, they don't listen. Like you call all the time, Maggie, Colette, you call all the time. They don't, now that they're tired of listening to me. But if 100 of us are sacrificing, then it's gonna have an impact. And like you said, the folks in Israel have socialized healthcare. They have socialized education. They have all of this. They're paid to go over there sometimes. And most of them are not from the area. They're from Europe and they're from America, and they're going there and they're living there and literally moving Palestinian people out of their houses and moving into those houses. It's still happening all over time. Gaza is the heart of it all, but throughout the whole Palestinian area, the settlers are fighting every day. And if you watch on the media now, this is the thing that just blows my mind. It's on the media. You can see it. You can see these people. These people now, Maggie. You've created relationships with them. we're watching it in high definition TV, and we know where they're getting the weapons. They're getting the weapons from the money that they're taking out of the poor people in South Dakota. John Thune got over like $500,000 from APEC. There's no way we're ever going to be able to give John Thune $500,000. And so, we don't speak the language that they speak, but we do speak in prayers, and we do speak in sacrifice. And so that's what we're doing here. And I appreciate you both so much for being willing to be public about this. This is not about religion. It's not about power. What it is right now, it's about compassion. Are we going to continue to let these children and be with us in this and be with us in this effort? It's heartbreaking, and it's there's a lot of stuff too. Like there's a lot of other stuff, and so it's not like we're just thinking about Palestine and not thinking about the Congo and not thinking about what's happening with ICE and not thinking about all these other stuff. All this stuff is happening. But I think in so many ways the images and the pictures of what's coming out of Palestine, that's the priority right now. We should all be talking about that. We should all be beating our pants. And those people need our help, and they don't need bombs. We need to stop with the bombs, and let's start with some beans, right? Some lentils, right? That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to give you guys a couple of minutes to talk about Colette. I know you just started a new job, and there's some things that are relevant to Indian country. So would you mind?
Yeah, thank you. But before I finish off, I guess my comments, just, I'm just haunted the last couple weeks by, these pictures of all of the food that is sitting there while people are not allowed to access it, or because of the political environment and that kind of thing, they're not able to access that. And I was thinking about that yesterday when I was fasting, like how, as I'm sitting there feeling hungry, and like Maggie said, my stomach's growling, there's literally food. I know I can go across the street here to the Dakota Mart, across from one of our clinics, and get food if I wanted to right now. And they are not too far away from that food as well, but they can't get to it. So it's got to be even more like it's got to be even more heart sickening for people to know that there's food there that they could access, or for as a mom to know that there's food there that I could feed my child. But for the politics and the all of that stuff that goes along with us being stinky human beings, they can't access that. And it's just heartbreaking to me, that part of it. I also was thinking when one of you were talking about Travis Harden, the late Travis Harden, he spent quite a bit of time in the Middle East. Matter of fact, he was in Palestine. So I don't know, Chaz, if you've ever been able to hear any of his stories, but he would come back from these trips, and he would just be, heartbroken at what people were going through. This was a few years ago, but he's passed now, and I imagine from where he's at, he's probably feeling even more heartbroken seeing, some of his friends, people that he knows, going through all the stuff that they've gone through for the last couple of years. So anyway, just wanted to acknowledge him, where he's such a wonderful guy. He would probably be singing a special honor song right now as we speak.
That's right.
For those little babies that are having to drink lentils out of bottles that are, not even clean, because they can't even get clean water. It's just sickening. So anyway, with that, yeah, I'm at South Dakota Urban Indian Health now. I've been here for a month and a half. I was at Sente Glashka, who I just missed so much, and people like Maggie, who are working with tribal students. I still do tribal scholarships, so if you have students that need scholarships, that's kind of a passion of mine, if you know me. But also I'm here. We have 2 clinics in Pierre and in Sioux Falls. Tonight we have a special sports physical for $25. If you're anywhere in the Pierre area or outside of the Pierre area and you want to come over, you haven't had your sports physical yet, stop on over from 4 to 7 tonight here at our gorgeous new clinic. And maybe KIPI would like to broadcast sometime from our new clinic. It's just stunning here right in Pierre. And then we have our really wonderful clinic in Sioux Falls that had their back to school backpack event yesterday. So lots going on over here. If anyone, tribal member, non-tribal member, you can just call the front desk and say, "Where's Colette? I want to take a tour." When you're in town in Pierre, I'd really be happy to show you around. So anyway, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Colette. Maggie?
What are we doing?
Just saying a thank you and an ending.
Okay.
And if you have any things you need to get out to
She's
the.
so lightheaded from not eating.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't remember.
No, that's for real. I was feeling pretty bad about an hour ago, and I went and had some water with some salt, and so I got my electrolyte lights up again, and so I'm feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, I was just sitting, and I'm still sending this message out and asking people to join the campaign, and we should all be showing up to those rallies with pots and pans and banging them. And we should be demanding him that we will not give him a vote for governor if he doesn't change course.
That's right.
And so I think there are big things that we have to do, and we have to stand together. A lot of times, whenever I would call over there, they would say, "You're the only one. Everybody else is calling, telling us that they support Israel and they support this campaign and what they're doing. The majority of South Dakotans are calling and saying that you're the only one. You're so it's just like dismissing me, and I think, geez, am I really the only one, or are they playing mind games with me? And there are actually more people that are very concerned about this, but they're trying to silence me or discourage me from continuing to call. But I've been calling those people probably ever since like October 8th, trying to get this to stop, or something, Anyway, so I want to thank you, Chaz, for doing this, and for I myself, because I left Facebook, I don't have like that community anymore. And so it's just like I'm out here kind of flopping around by myself.
No,
and so the ability to organize, because on TikTok I have a lot of followers and things like that, but it isn't like there are people all over the world that are following me.
That's right.
It isn't people within my own community that are that I'm interacting with, and so that's the part that I do miss from Facebook, but I don't miss all the negativity and the drama of Facebook. And so my life is a little bit better and more freeing, not having to read all the ugly stuff that people sometimes put out there. But I'm here at Sinte Gleshka University. I am their Dean of Students. I've been here since December. Colette was one of the ones that brought me here, are interviewed and said, "Hey, we should try her out." And so I'm here hoping to build relationships in the community and with the students, and then maybe help them organize.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to cut you guys off, but we're gonna get cut off by the teams, and so I'm gonna have to say goodbye. And I just want to say that I appreciate you guys so much, and Maggie, me too. I always feel like I'm all by myself here, and I knew that as soon as I did reach out, I would feel lonely no more. And so I appreciate it so much, and I just want to say that the answers at Facebook is like, who does she think she is? Who does she think she is that's doing this? I don't think I'm no one, but I needed to do something, right? I just needed to do something. It's just something. And we're filling the air, and we're trying to do something, and it's something. So thank you guys for doing something with me today.
We're here for you, Chaz. We're here for you. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Anytime.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Oh,
okay, I think we're still alive though, so I need to end the live.